You have a widely diverse journey from real estate to singing to crypto. How do you position yourself today?
Say I'm an artist who accidentally built the biggest investor network in Web3. Because at the end of the day, I just want to do something that I enjoy and that I feel like I can.
Your biggest work-related fuck-up.
Crashed financially this year because I wasn't looking at my balance sheet.
When did you get into crypto and how did you get into crypto?
I got in 2019 as a trader because I was following a guy that I thought was really cute and smart on Instagram.
I love that. That was the first criteria. She said, cute.
You spent 10 years in this business.
Yeah.
And why did you leave?
I always want to grow as a person. The only way to do better was just make more money.
What was your very first paycheck?
This is known as a show about tech marketing people who use their brand mastery not only to promote their projects, but also themselves.
I'm Stella and this is Oleg and we are from Input Global and today we are very lucky to be with Rime Salmi, founder of Fractl. Thank you so much for being with us, Rime.
Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Okay.
So you have a widely diverse journey from real estate to singing to crypto. How do you position yourself today?
How do I position myself today? Okay, so today I like to say I'm an artist who accidentally built the biggest investor network in Web3. Because I just kept going around the world hosting these events until somebody was like, you know, Fractl's network is really top tier. Like the Fractl community is really great. And I'm like, my what? I was like, for me, I was just a marketing agency trying to get leads. So today I'm building this investor network, helping founders get funding, fund their dreams. And the most important thing for me is going back to being an artist. So where I position myself is using storytelling and founder-led marketing to push my own brand and to bring light to other projects. So yeah, so I'm excited. I'm working on a docu-series and that's my main purpose right now.
Amazing. Yeah, we're going to come back to this
I know
later.
we are. And I'm like, I don't know what part of that I'm supposed to say, but
yeah. All right. So actually, I would like to go back to the very beginning of your journey. Where did it all start? What was your very first paycheck? Before Fractl, before anything Web3.
Okay, if we remove like all the student jobs or like as a kid, I've been a salesperson since I was 14. Like I've been doing sales since I was 14. And then I've gone from selling, I don't know, being a cashier at McDonald's to selling clothes to being a waitress. So wherever a good attitude could get you a little bit more rewards. And then I sold commercial real estate. And then I got into marketing through the record label that I owned because I wanted to push my own music. And then I got into crypto to fund the record label. And then I did marketing in crypto. And then I started the investor network. Yeah. And yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Like the endless loop.
It's like, it's always looking at the next thing because at the end of the day, I just want to do something that I enjoy and that I feel like I can really do kind of like better or differently from what's being done. I'm basically just solving my own problems. I go from like solving one problem to the other. Yeah. And that's why it looks so eclectic. But I'm just like, I do one thing and I'm like, that's stupid. Why aren't people doing that? And then I just do it. And then I was like, oh, here's another thing to fix. So
but actually we were talking yesterday with Oleg about sales and the fact that starting your career with sales is really such a big plus because it will help you basically with everything, growing your network, developing a mindset, like very, result driven, accepting rejection. Yeah. This is actually a great career starter.
Yeah, 100%. Everything is sales. Yeah. Every interaction is sales.
Absolutely. Selling yourself, selling your project, your company right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But let's talk more about your real estate career. Yeah. I want to hear more about how do good real estate agents do in Canada and what made you leave after 10 years of real estate?
What made me leave? So I was doing, I just got in at a really good time. The market was booming. I got into residential real estate, and then I realized it's not for me because I'm not I'm an artist. It's really weird. I'm an artist, but I'm a scientist at heart. Okay. Like I'm more of a numbers person than I am of like oh, look at this house and the lighting is coming in from here. And I was like, I just couldn't. I was like, just take it. It's a great investment. 3 years from now, like I was just like, I couldn't like be so patient with people.
Okay.
I was like, oh, yeah. So I moved to commercial real estate because then it was really clear. I was talking to business people. It was numbers. It was projections. Woo. So then I did well. So like, I don't know how other real estate agents do well. Some real estate agents do well because they have that more like patient talking to people to find their dream home. I'm not that kind of person.
Okay.
I did well because I was very analytical and I was very, I think one of the things that my clients really liked is that I didn't try to sell them. And that's something that I learned in sales in general. I don't try to sell you the thing just because I have it. Just because it's what I have to sell doesn't mean it's right for you. Mm-hmm. And I've taken this approach on every business that I've had. Even clients now with Fractl, I'm like, if I know in my heart that's not what you really need, but I know you're willing to pay me, I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. It's not like you're not gonna be happy and I'm not gonna feel proud.
Yeah, this is actually, in some cases, it even can backfire. So
I think so. I think people are very short-sighted when they try to sell everybody like the thing that they have to sell.
For sure.
It's like a long game.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then people will see that you're actually caring about them and they're going to trust you. And trust is the most important thing that you can have when you're a salesperson. So absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't know how other people do well, but I think the feedback that I got from my clients is that I wouldn't push them to accept an offer, for example, or it's like if I knew in my heart that they could do better or that it wasn't ideal for them. So yeah, that's how I go about it.
You spent 10 years in this business.
Yeah.
And why did you leave after 10 years? Crazy amount. It can be the best in Canada.
I know, because I always feel, I always want to grow as a person. And I felt like I was pretty much at the top. And the only way to do better was I was either going to just make more money, which is not a motivator for me. It's not, I have to feel like I'm getting better, I'm learning, I'm meeting new people. And the way to grow the company would have been to start an agency. Yeah. And I know I don't have that in me. It's not my style. I don't want to manage.
It's not your passion as well.
No, it's not I'm not passionate enough to be able to lead a team. And so I was like, this is the maximum I can do. I'm going to be a solo broker. And I was already bored and I needed the stimulation. So I found crypto and I was like, oh, I can learn all of this. So yeah.
If we restore the timeline, we have real estate, we have record label, we have crypto.
Yeah.
So when you moved from real estate to record label?
So record label was the baseline. So being an artist has always been my North Star. And everything else is a day job. All of this is a day job. So I had the record label because I was signed right out of school. I was signed to a record label. And then again, fixing my own problems. I was like, why aren't they doing that? Why aren't they doing that? So I just started the record label. But you need money for a record label. So I sold real estate. It was the right timing. So I sold real estate to fund the record label. So I was kind of doing both at the same time. And then I stopped real estate. And then I did crypto to fund the record. Everything was always in parallel.
Okay.
Just like now I'm building Fractl to fund the musical. It's like, it's the story of my life. Yeah.
But did you feel that after you went away from real estate to the crypto, your revenue changed into the better or worse scenario?
So depends on the timeline. So initially, I actually left real estate 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a good year for crypto. I caught the beginning of the bull run and I had some capital from real estate. So I caught the beginning of the bull run. I was trading for 2.5 years. I got cocky because the market was good. So I thought I was a good trader. I don't know if you know, but I definitely was not a good trader. It was just the market. Yeah, I found out on the way down. So I traded revenue-wise. It did really well for all of 2019. I guess 2020 was really good too. And then I rode the market all the way down. And then I had to figure out my life again.
Yeah. Talking about crypto, actually, when did you get into crypto and how did you get into crypto?
I got in 2019 as a trader because I was following a guy that I thought was really cute and smart on Instagram.
I love that. That was the first criteria. She said cute.
Yeah, he was like cute and smart. And I was like, oh my God, I love everything he's saying. Really brilliant guy. He's a friend of mine now. We've done events together and everything. But yeah, I followed him and he was teaching trading, teaching a bunch of things about the basics of crypto and finance. Really brilliant person, Armando Pantoja. So I got in to trade because I needed a challenge. And then I traded for 2.5 years. And then when I crashed, I actually called Armando. I was like, yo, I'm down completely. I don't want to leave. I don't want to go back to real estate. It felt like going backwards in life. And I was like, oh, I don't like this feeling. Like, I don't mind being down, but I don't want to go back in life.
Yeah.
That's as long as I'm failing forward. I can feel good about this.
Yeah.
So then he's the one who recommended, he's like, you understand marketing, because I had done a lot of influencer marketing. And he was like, you should stick around. It's the bear market. This is when brands are made. He said, this is when like companies are built. It's now, if you stick around now, once the bull comes back, you'll be at the top of the game. And he was right. So, yeah.
So this is how you started Fractl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started Fractl as a fractional CMO agency.
Yeah.
And back to it. So in fact, like you started as fractional CMO, still in LinkedIn, it describes as a CMO, as a service agency.
I know, I have to change that.
So
out of
no
all the
more
things,
CMO as an agency.
No. Out of all the things that you have to fix while flying, I did not rebrand completely because the CMOs that we have, I don't pimp them out anymore to other companies, but they will be involved on the docuseries. So they will be helping the projects on the docuseries. So I was like, I haven't shifted completely from a marketing agency. I'm just choosing content and lead generation through events.
What about like the fundraising part? Tell us more.
How does it work? Yeah, what's the business model? Is it you give direct introductions or it's like a package?
So the only times we give direct introductions is for our event partners, because otherwise we have so many great founders. It would be impossible for us to introduce people. So we focus on the people that come on as partners for our events. So either the founders that are coming for the founders and investors, or the VCs or the funds that are coming for our VCs and LPs events. So the partners, we help them with intros the day of, before, and follow-ups. And we also have a program that we developed for ecosystems. So I'm friends with the Polkadot team in Canada, and they reached out last year and they asked us, they're like, this thing that you're doing with investors, can you do that for Polkadot projects? And I was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. And we built a program that we call a fundraising accelerator. And that's the only other time that we help projects one-on-one with fundraising.
Got it. If you had to give an introduction, a very short introduction about Fractl. What is Fractl now?
I know, I have to fix that. Okay, so Fractl, still the tagline is we help Web3 startups. What is my line? Web3 startups.
Okay, that's my type of problem.
We help Web3 startups gain traction, get positioned with top-tier investors, and launch. We are still doing that, just not through the fractional CMO model. We're doing it through the docuseries and through these investor events.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And about the docuseries, please tell us about the Crypto Hustle.
Okay, so the Crypto Hustle has been in the works since I was a fractional CMO. So when I was a CMO of a Deep In project. That's how I started as CMO. And the idea that I had was like, all of this marketing that's being done that I was seeing was all very cookie cutter, very like everybody's trying the same things. Everybody's trying to hack, like create fake hype and stuff like that. And I was seeing that. That's my theory. My thesis with marketing in Web3 is that as the market is maturing, only founder-led marketing, projects with really strong founders are the ones that are really going to stand out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I come from a background of entertainment. I was like, wouldn't it be so fun if we followed 6 founders and watch them through their fundraising, through trying to launch at the same time? Like building a company and fundraising at the same time is like 2 full-time jobs, right? So it's like there's a lot of stuff happening. So that was the original idea for the show. And I was like, I'm going to take 5 founders and then me. to put myself in there because I'm also building publicly. And then I was in Singapore last year, and this friend of mine who produced a bunch of shows for Netflix, I was sitting down with him trying to get his advice, and I was like, I've never done this before, so like I could use any like advice, any like red flags to watch out for and everything. And he listened to the concept, and he was like, okay, reality TV, he goes, it's really hard to keep people focused. He goes, if you try to take 5 founders and follow them for 6 months, you're gonna have a few that are gonna drop off, they're gonna lose motivation. He goes, these people are also not actors. So it's gonna be really hard to like, sometimes there's something really cool that happens, you actually have to reenact it. Because it happened and then you're like, oh, fuck, that was really good. We should have that on the show. You have to literally make like, it was real when it happened, but you have to reenact it. Yeah. That's why reality TV shows are all actors when they try to find them, right? So he was like, it's gonna be really hard. He goes, you're setting yourself up for a really big challenge. He goes, but your story is really interesting. He goes, why don't you just make the show about you and building Fractl and this artist dream that you have? Because he goes, you're passionate, you're not gonna give up, and you're an actress. So yeah. He's like, why are you looking any further? Just do that. And then next season, when you have a little bit more, I don't know, resources or whatever, you can try the other model. So yeah, so then I was talking to him, and then the show became documenting how I'm gonna build Fractl towards a $10 million exit in 6 months so I can produce my dream musical.
Yay, I love this.
So about your artist part, so in fact, like you have a decade's views in Spotify, in SoundCloud, you know how to present yourself, you know how to sell yourself, what you're doing, how it helps you to build like your like career, your Web3 path, right? You definitely know how to be memorable, right? And how to use it or not, or you're not using it.
No, I'm definitely using it. I think branding is everything. It was something I learned in music. So I actually learned the lesson of branding when I did a reality TV show for music in Morocco many, many years ago. At the very beginning of my artist career, I was on a singing competition, like a reality TV show. And back then, I was so bland. Like I was so not authentic. Like that's been a struggle.
Trying to blend in.
Of course, because I was too afraid of backlash, afraid of people not liking me. That's been like a life journey to learn to be this comfortable with myself. But it was a hard lesson because I was, and I'm not saying it because it's me, but one of the coaches told me when I did the audition in Canada, she said to me, you can stop being nervous. You're going to be okay. You're going to do great. You're like, basically you're going to the final. So I kind of knew going in that I was doing good in like talent-wise, right? Okay. But what played against me is that I didn't have a brand. I was not authentic at all when I was younger. I was not authentic. I was pretending to be perfect. And there is nothing memorable, but there's also nothing human about it.
Yeah, that allows people to connect with you.
Nobody's going to connect with me because I'm good at this and I'm so bad at it. No, nobody cares about that. People want to know like what hurts you, why you're like them, what are you up against? Like, what are the challenges?
Yeah, they want to see your angles, right? Because, in fact, like, if you're as a party and you're a perfect guy with no, like, bad traits, nobody will want to party with you, you'll be boring.
Yeah, you're boring in general. Like, we connect. It took me so long I knew it, like, intellectually, I could understand that people want, like, raw emotions and flaws and things like that. But it took me, like, a solid 10 years to be like,
to actually apply it to your life. It's very interesting because I hear a lot of things in what you're saying that I can also relate to. And in this sense of like wanting to be good and wanting everything to be great and to be perfect, as you said, it kind of doesn't allow people to connect with you because it creates a barrier. Because you're not your authentic self.
Of course.
And you cannot create authentic, genuine connections with people if you're not your authentic self. So please tell us, how did you manage to kind of get out of this and find your own self, and how did it impact your personal brand?
So it was a few things. I think I had a few like pivotal personal moments. So it was the show. Because the girl who won, was so lovable. Like even I was like, yeah, you deserve it. Like, you're so fucking cute. Like she's crying and happy. When she was happy, she was really happy. When she was sad, she was sad. When she was mad, she was mad. And I was like, we can do that? I was like, I don't think I'm allowed to have feelings. I'm allowed to have feelings, but not negative feelings, right? And the way I grew up, you're allowed to be happy.
Yeah.
That's the range. You can be a little less happy or a lot more happy, but that's the range you're allowed, right? Yeah. Everything else, and your life is perfect, and you keep it together, and So there's good sides to that, obviously, but I think that was a really big, because I was so confident that I was going to win.
Yeah, that was a big shock.
I was so confident, and then I was like, oh, I'm not interesting. Like people don't actually I put so much effort into this image of perfection and people didn't like that. I was like, oh my God, who am I? Where do I go from here?
Fall. Yeah, because you're so confident. Yeah.
I was so confident that I had polished this image and it was going to work perfectly. So that was the first one. And then I had a heartbreak. I had a heartbreak and I realized that, and I told one of my best friends that I've known since I was 11. And I told her, and she goes something like, oh, well, are you sad because you're going through, I was going through also leaving my record label. So I was going through a lot of difficult things and then this relationship. And then my friend asked me, she said, are you sad because now you're going through all this stuff with the record label and then he's not there to support you? And then I said to her, I said, oh, no, he didn't know anything that was going on. Like he didn't know about any of it. And I was in a lawsuit with my record label. And I wasn't sharing that because I felt like I needed to look, because I
keep
had
it together.
Because I was doing so well I was on the radio at the time and the song was doing really well and millions of views. And I was like, oh no, I can't be this broken, my shit's not working person with this guy, right? And then she goes, what's the point? She's like, what's the point of being with a guy in a relationship if he's not seeing all the things that are not working? Like, that's the point.
Yeah.
So he can be there for you. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I was so far from that. I literally had no idea what she meant. I was like, what do you mean? I'm just going to be not this person he thought he was dating. Anyway, so when he left, that also was like, oh, even for him, even the perfect person doesn't work with him either. So, and I was also really cocky in that relationship. I was like, what's not to love? A lot, apparently. So I was like, oh no. And so I started reading books on femininity and authenticity. And I was like, oh God, I have no idea what I'm doing in this life in general. Like in general. I was like, I don't know how to do human relationships. And so I started books and shit. So yeah, it's been 10, 15-year journey.
Okay,
Yeah.
Imagine you're a techpreneur who just starts building his project, agency, whatever, and he or she wants to start building the exposure.
Yeah.
Not only the personal brand that is authentic, but also that distributes his ideas, vision, knowledge, product, etc. What do you do? What main 3 tactics would you use or strategies?
So authenticity, I think, was the first one.
Yeah.
We can take away.
Yeah. I think anything you think you have to hide in order to get to the result that you want is exactly what you should be talking about. Mm-hmm. So every time I open up about something that I'm like, oh, maybe not. Like, for example, I'm a dancer. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, maybe I keep the dancing because it's, pretty sexy dancing. Like maybe I keep it on Instagram and then I don't maybe I don't talk about my music. Maybe I don't do this. Maybe I don't talk about my dating life. Maybe every time you talk about something that you think you should be keeping separate, the right people show up. Like the right people will come and be like, I like you. I'm like you. And then you create a bond
Yeah,
that's way
because
stronger.
they can resonate with at least one of the things that you're sharing. Actually, I was watching this video Gary Vee posted. I think it was like a month ago, and that was one of his techniques. Actually, he was explaining that the more interest you have, well, the more you should share, because you will find a way to connect
The
at
wider
least with
your
one
net.
person.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So,
Gary Vee is a big virtual mentor.
I think he's a decent authority in the field of personal branding.
Yeah, he's great. And he
Yeah.
says that. And he also says one thing that I tell founders, because through the Fundraising Accelerator, I do brand coaching. I do mentorship on brand building. And one thing that I tell them is the other advantage of saying everything is, and that's Gary Vee that says that, he says, nobody's got anything on you.
Yeah.
You're not hiding anything. So like, try to find something about me that you can use against me. You can. I've said it all.
Yeah. So authenticity helps you connect with people, and it also protects you.
It protects you, actually.
Basically.
You think you're vulnerable, but it's actually the only way to be safe.
It's a power, yeah.
It's a superpower.
It's the only way you can be safe on social media, because anybody in this world, like everything, we're going to find out everything.
Yeah.
One day it's going to come out. So you might as well say everything. So
practice authenticity.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Any other tips that you would have to give? 2 more.
For brand building?
Yeah.
We need distribution tips,
Okay.
because like when you're just posting and you're authentic, like, okay, you have a bond of 100, 1,000 people, okay, but you want like big exposure for your product. Yes, 10K, for example. How to distribute yourself?
I really think volume. Volume is more important. I think reps is more important. And that's something I didn't get a chance to do yet, and I'm doing now that I have a good content team. But you need more volume to find your people. You need to put out more stuff to find your people and to let the algorithm know where your people are. So it's a lot more volume than we think. And that's another one of my virtual mentors is Alex Hormozy and Layla Hormozy.
Yeah.
And that's like their number one thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can only learn also from, social media makes you your own distribution channel. So when people are trying to hack other things, it's like, you have everything you need if you could just focus on volume of things that you are actually interested in, because it's much easier to become an authority in something that you spend your geeky hours researching. So post about that, all of it, like you said, the wide range, don't try to limit yourself. And then the market, the algorithms are gonna tell you what to focus on. But at first, volume. So that would be my tip for distribution.
Yeah. I like that you talk about volume, because I think you mentioned that also. I just want to stress, volume is also what's gonna teach you the most, right? Because it's like, if you do, let's say 100 reels, the first reel and the last one are not gonna be the same at all, right?
No.
So you also have this range of personal growth that you get through volume. So,
And people think of it as, oh, you're learning to do editing. In the current market, probably you're going to find out that quick video that you did with no editing, nothing, is probably the one that's going to resonate.
Yeah, that's true.
But you have to try them all. You have to try the edited. You have to try the comedy if comedy is in your pipes. But you have to try it all and make it as simple and as complex, and then give yourself a chance to see what the world resonates with.
Any gray hacks? I mean, like gray, like something that's not so, correct to do, but like it works.
Gray
I like
hacks?
controversial things.
Oh yeah.
Is if you purposely say something wrong in your video.
Oh, of course. Like that's the basis, of course.
Yeah. And it still works. It will always work because people like to complain online. One of my most viral videos.
Fix you. I'm the most smart.
Yeah, exactly. People are looking to fix other people online. So that's a part of the experimenting. It's like if you say something and you're like, oh, I said it wrong. You're like, let me just post it. See how the internets react.
Yeah.
Back to businesses and back to marketing. Right now, I see big popularity of projects that are investing into the heavy media formats. TikTok, Reels, Instagram, etc., like YouTube Shorts. Whether it's worth investing for new companies, for startups, or better to focus on classics like crypto Twitter, Discord, Telegram, and move these to later stages when you have more budget?
I think it depends. And I think also there's two different strategies, right? There's a token strategy and then there's a user acquisition strategy. Token strategy, definitely go where the degens are. You're looking for volume. But for actual users, for the few projects that have real products and real users, it depends. If it's a retail user, platforms like TikTok, Instagram, all that, you go where they are. Also depends on the age range and all that. And if it's dev focused, maybe where they hang out, probably more on crypto Twitter, probably on Reddit, probably on, I don't know, GitHub. Can you market on GitHub? But you would find different ways to tackle different communities. I think one that's really slept on is LinkedIn for B2B and for fundraising.
Yeah.
I think a lot of investors, I know, because that's how I grew the network, a lot of investors and traditional firms that have a little bit to invest in crypto also hang out on LinkedIn. I was able to grow the network really fast. And because there are so few crypto-focused companies that give attention to LinkedIn, it's really easy to get in touch with the right people. And because everybody's so fucking boring on LinkedIn, as soon as you have a little bit of personality, it's really easy to stand out. So.
And that's the fresh start, like 1 year, so I believe our viewers will say, it worked like 5 years ago, right now not.
No, I think there is a comeback. LinkedIn is making a comeback. No, this is me in the last year. And this is also not just my opinion. Gary Vee also thinks so.
Cool. And back to personal branding, for example, I'm a founder, right? I have 20K monthly budget. For tech, it's not so much. For Web3, even less. Should I invest half of this budget in personal brand? Imagine I'm at seed round.
Yeah.
Or should I go all in for corporate marketing and forget about personal brand while I will Series A, for example?
It really depends what the project is. It really, really depends.
Web3 startup, DeFi thing.
I would do both. And I would look at splitting the budget in a way that, because you also have to be mindful as a founder to not let personal brand building take up too much time, because you also have to build a company, right? So I would look at strategies like batching content and having like a bunch of these podcasts. Like it's really easy to automate being on podcasts. But really batching it and trying to keep the cost low. There's ways to do it that are not that expensive. And then keeping the rest of the budget for, it's really hard to give a marketing mix without knowing what the what the audience is. Yeah. But I think it is important to do both at the same time, because your personal brand also helps you fundraise. And a founder is always fundraising. So yeah, I would definitely put a lot of weight on both.
And what will be your tips in general about Web3 marketing? What to do today to receive like first results in Q1 26?
I don't know. You know what? I wasn't a very tactical CMO, right? I'm more of a branding strategy.
Okay.
Yeah, I would hire agencies to do the more tactical. It really depends. Like now I'm looking at, for example, the strategy for the docuseries. And I'm doing a mix of tapping into existing communities and just offering partnerships. I think partnerships are
undervalued.
Oh, it's the best free marketing. So I think positioning yourself as a project as you have something to offer and then just tapping into a bunch of communities will beat any paid marketing any day. Yeah. And
not only in crypto, right? In tech
in
too,
general,
like fashion.
In general,
everywhere,
yeah.
I have actually a question about events, going back to Fractl. If you're a founder and you're looking at growing your presence during events, how would you pick the right event? Like, do you have any tips on this? Because I think there's so many. There's the main conference. There are all the side events. How to choose the right one?
Yeah. I think the reason Fractl did really well so quickly is because it was very specific. It was very specific. It was very curated. So When Fractl was a company of one and it was just me doing everything, I curated the guest list. So I made sure that the people in the room were really high quality founders and VCs that actually deploy and have money, right? So when a founder is looking for a presence, I would look at the audience. Because what's the point of having a presence in a room that is not your target audience, right? I get projects sometimes that come to us and we cast a wide net when we're looking for sponsors, but they come and they're looking for developers. And I'm like, I don't have that for you. The founders that we have usually are already committed to a chain. So it's not really the best place for you. You want to build your brand where your audience is. So I would go for only very specific side events, or if you're trying to build your personal brand in terms of legitimacy, getting a speaking spot at a major conference still works really well.
Yeah.
Still works really, really well. So I don't think conferences can be neglected, even if side events are doing really well. There is something about the brand that comes with like an established conference and the types of speakers that they have that you can leverage as a founder starting.
For sure.
Do you agree with one thought I read recently in Crypto Twitter, that basically we need now one conference per year, maximum 2. Like if you're a crypto guy, like no more need to go to 10 conferences a season, 1 per year. Do you agree or not?
I don't, because imagine Token is 700 side events, right? There's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can see, so many people you can meet. There's people that I know were in Korea and I didn't get to see them. People I needed to meet, right? So I don't think so. I think, first of all, we still need them in different regions. Also, for things that maybe are less relevant for us with European, Canadian, American passports, but there are places where people can't go. So I think it's really important to keep a diversity of locations. And I think just timing. Some people want to be conferencing in the fall and then focused on building. Some people, no, I think a lot of conferences still have their place, and then you can just opt out. You don't have to, I don't know if founders know that they don't have to go to conferences.
I think everybody's FOMOing so hard.
I know. You can also just sit in your home
and work.
Nobody's twisting your arm. You're like, I'll stop doing conferences. You don't have to go. So I think they still have their place.
Okay. So I want to ask you one more question about Fractl. What would you say, but I think you kind of answered it already. I still want to give you the opportunity to present it though. What is the secret recipe? What makes Fractl events so special? And I've been to Fractl events, so I can say that they're very special. But how do you do this?
I think it's a mix of a few things. The curation, first of all. And also there's actual hosting. So I'm Moroccan. So if somebody comes into my home, I need to feed you. I need to make sure you're warm. I need to make sure you're okay. You're not alone. So in my very first events, if I see somebody standing alone, I will go get them. And because I used to do the curation, I knew exactly who was in the room.
Everyone is.
Yeah, I knew exactly who was in the room. So I would go see them and I'm like, oh, what's your name? This project. Oh yeah, DeFi on Cardano. Like I would know. Like I actually remembered, right? Now not anymore because I have somebody else doing it. So I lost touch a little bit. But I would go see them and be like, oh, okay, good. But you're a project? Okay, wait, there's someone I need you to meet. And I would leave them. So nobody's standing alone. Like I'm always like scouting. Like I'm always looking at the room and I tell my team as well. I'm like, this is what we're looking out for. We're looking out for everybody. There's water for everyone. There's food. There's a good flow. People are talking. People are having a good time.
Yeah.
There's also the choice of venue. Is really important. My events are daytime events, no alcohol. The choice of venue is really important to make it. It has to be something that has a really good flow so that people don't stay stuck in a corner. Because we have to understand also a lot of founders are very technical founders. So we have to make it as easy as possible for people who are not socializing, like they're not my personality, your personality, they're always socializing. Make it easy for them to connect with multiple people. Yeah, so they're not stuck in a corner. And sometimes the room makes it that way.
So they don't have a place to hide.
Then we can't let them hide. We go and grab them, we're like, you're in the middle of the room and somebody's gonna talk to you.
Wrap this up, I would like to ask you a couple of flash questions. Are you ready? You need to
Let's
answer
go.
as fast as possible.
Okay,
not
okay,
thinking
okay.
about
Flash
it.
log off.
Keep
All
it
right.
short, they said.
Okay. Omni-channel or focus on one?
Focus on one until, no, omni-channel, sorry.
Okay. Main conference or side events?
Both,
Personal brand or company brand?
both.
No, this is too easy. Come on, you have to pick one.
You get it? Okay, personal brand.
Dancing or networking? This one is tough.
Networking, I'm on a mission.
Sure. Sure. Lock into one project or do 5 at once?
One project.
Okay. This one is
Don't
quite
follow my
surprising,
lead.
actually.
I can't do it, but you should.
Okay, one word that sums you up.
Optimism.
Okay, I like that. Your biggest work-related fuck up.
I crashed financially this year because I wasn't looking at my balance sheet.
Okay, that's a
Major
good one.
fuck up. Yeah, and I had to let half of the team go.
Oof, tough one.
Yeah.
But you learned and you
I'm
grew from
learning.
it. Okay. One podcast everyone should subscribe to apart from Known.
Apart from this one,
Apart
okay.
from this one.
My first million is really great, really inspiring.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's stories of 0 to 1, which is where we are. So it's way more relatable than all the billionaire ones and all that.
Okay. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
And last, $1 million or 100 million subscribers. $100 million or 100 million subscribers.
$100 million. And go live on an island.
Keep it real here.
You can build the community later. Fuck that.
Thank you so much, Rime. It
Thank
was a
you.
pleasure
Thank you for
having
having
you
me
with
here.
Thank you
us.
so much for having me.
This was Known, and stay tuned for more inspiring interviews.
Thank you.